Hello and welcome, my friends, wherever you are right now, driving your car, sitting at your desk, walking down a quiet street with your headphones on. Thank you for investing these minutes in yourself. Today, I want you to hold on to 7 simple words. Words that can reshape your entire life. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. Audrey Hepburn said that. This was a woman who survived World War II, endured hunger and loss, and rose to become a global legend. But the reason this quote matters is because it's not about her. It's about you. What if you believed deeply that what you want for your life is not just possible, but waiting for you to claim it? It all starts here. Belief. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Think about this. Every breakthrough, every invention, every world record, every business, every work of art, all of it started as a thought in someone's mind. In 1954, everyone believed that running a mile in under 4 minutes was impossible. Doctors said your heart would explode. Coaches said it couldn't be done. Roger Bannister decided to believe it was possible. On May 6, 1954, he ran a mile in 3 minutes and 59.4 seconds. You know what's amazing? Within a year, multiple runners broke the 4-minute barrier. Why? The barrier wasn't physical. It was mental. Once they saw it was possible, they believed they could do it too. What 4-minute mile exists in your life? What is something people keep telling you can't be done? But your heart keeps whispering, try. Just try. Write it down. I believe that my dream is possible for me. Stick it on your mirror. Make it your phone wallpaper. See it daily. Zig Ziglar said, "You are the only person on earth who can use your ability." Yet so many of us are walking around with old stories on repeat. I'm not smart enough. I'm not talented enough. People like me don't succeed. Where do these stories come from? Maybe a teacher once said you'd never make it. Maybe you failed once and decided that meant you'd always fail. Sylvester Stallone was so broke he had to sell his dog to survive. He auditioned over 1,500 times and was rejected for every role. But he kept writing. He wrote Rocky in 3 days. Hollywood loved it, but they didn't want him to star in it. He refused to sell unless he played Rocky Balboa himself. He stuck to his new story. I am possible. The rest is history. Ask yourself, whose voice is this? When you hear that story that says you can't, trace it back. Is it really yours? Or did someone plant it in you? Rewrite it. Speak your new story out loud. I'm not too old. I'm experienced. I'm not too young. I'm fresh. I'm not too late. I'm right on time. Tony Robbins reminds us, the path to success is to take massive, determined action. Belief is powerful, but it's nothing without action. You don't build a house by dreaming about blueprints. You roll up your sleeves, lay bricks, and hammer nails. J.K. Rowling was a single mother on welfare, rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter saw the light of day. What if she'd stopped at rejection number 5 or number 11? She kept submitting her manuscript. She kept knocking on doors. That's action. Daily practical steps. What's one email you can send today that scares you? What application can you submit? What 10-minute skill can you learn on YouTube tonight? Who can you ask for advice? Consistency beats intensity. You don't have to do it all overnight, but you have to do something daily. Mini story, my friend's bakery. A friend of mine loved baking, but thought owning a shop was impossible. She started baking cakes for neighbors, then birthdays, then weddings. One day, she rented a tiny stall at a weekend market. 3 years later, she owns her own bakery. Dream, belief, small actions, big reality. Part 4. The obstacle is the way. Nelson Mandela said, It always seems impossible until it's done. Too often, we see obstacles as stop signs. But what if obstacles are actually signals that you're on the right track, that you're about to grow? Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest basketball player ever, was cut from his high school basketball team. He could have quit. Instead, he practiced harder. He says, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Next time you fail or hit an obstacle, say, "This is feedback, not failure. This is redirection, not rejection." Write down 3 obstacles you're facing right now. Then beside each, write one thing you can learn or do differently because of it. Jim Rohn said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." If you spend your time with people who say, "That's impossible," guess what? It will be impossible. If you spend time with people who say, "How can we make this work?" your life changes. Find one person who believes in you. Call them your possibility partner. You check in weekly. You share goals. You hold each other accountable. Great things rarely happen alone. Even champions need coaches. Do a possibility audit. Ask, who lifts me up? Who drags me down? Adjust your time accordingly. When you choose to live in the realm of "I'm possible," you don't just change your life. You light the path for others. Your kids, your friends, your community, they see you do the impossible, and it makes them believe they can too. I once met a woman who went from homeless to Harvard. Today, she mentors teens who think college is impossible for them. Her story is their fuel. What's one thing you can share this week that might help someone else? A lesson, a video, an honest story. Your vulnerability could be their breakthrough. So today, my friend, I invite you to stand tall, lift your head and say, "Nothing is impossible." The word itself says, "I'm possible." Say it until you believe it. Act on it until you see it. Live it until others believe it too. Your dream is waiting for you to believe in it and to do the work. Let the world see what happens when you decide you are possible. Thank you for showing up for your possibility today. Now go out there and make the impossible possible. If this message stirred something in you, share it with someone you love. Subscribe for more lessons that remind you just how possible you truly are. And remember, the impossible is just the possible waiting for your action.